In the year 1973, the U.S. oil crisis was so bad that the prices rose at least 4 times. Due to shortages, rationing oil was so common. This resulted in companies hoarding left and right. This year 2022, the fear of gas and oil running out might be the worst energy crisis in decades. OPEC, or the Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries, said they are planning to cut oil production by 2 million barrels per day. Since then, gas prices are at a record high and it already starting to show in some parts of the county. Here's why should I be worried.
Welcome to The Traveling Thief, where future high flyers get inspired to travel the world and secure their success.
The U.S. alone uses around 20 million barrels of oil per day. However, its production is estimated at only around 14 million barrels. That is why they need to import from other big oil-producing countries: Algeria, Angola, Equatorial Guinea, Gabon, Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, Libya, Nigeria, the Republic of the Congo, Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, and Venezuela are among the countries that belong to the current OPEC members. Meanwhile, Ecuador, Indonesia, and Qatar are the former. Together, the OPEC members produce more than 40% of the entire world's oil supply. As of this point, it is safe to say that OPEC is an oil monopoly, way more than what the US makes, but the US has been continuously improving its oil production efficiency to lower its production cost. As a result, the US can give out lower oil prices just like what we saw last 2016. Its output increased with greater efficiency and resulted in more supply arriving in the world market, thus lowering oil prices for consumers like us. But the other producing big countries did not like the idea that the US becoming a threat to its oil competitors. Thus, even if there had been a temporary resolution back in 2016, OPEC was only waiting for a chance to strike back. Fast forward to the year 2020, the lockdown forced people to stay home and drastically lower the oil demand. It created an oil buildup in the output of the US, which lowered the prices. Russia even pumps more oil into the market to attempt to have a share of the pie, while OPEC still patiently waiting in the shadows. This 2022, with record high gas prices and inflation through the roof, all of a sudden, everyone in the world was consuming more oil at the same time. Talk about the huge traffic it's leading by consumers. But OPEC did the unthinkable. They announced that they would cut oil production starting this November by 2 million barrels a day. Every country is splitting their opinion as to why OPEC decided this.
If you find value in what we do or like the content that we share, hit follow and subscribe to update you every time with the new video. We hope to help and educate people around the world. Now back to our episode.
The US believes that OPEC is supporting Russia, which relies on high gas and oil to sustain its economy. Saudi Arabia believes that this is a precautionary measure since the world will be going into a global recession and the demand will soon fall again. So back to the question as to why is this being called the worst energy crisis in decades. As the economy is starting to recover, oil and gas starting to pick up, but their production is catching up at a much slower rate than before. Include other factors that have had a huge effect on slower oil production, like the deep freeze in Texas, the unexpected war in Ukraine, and the harsh winter in Europe. Some of you might say that the US has millions of oil barrels stored somewhere. You are not wrong. The Strategic Petroleum Reserve was created in 1975 to hold more than 700 million barrels of oil as a backup in case of an emergency. But data shows that the U.S. oil reserves are at their lowest since 1985 and it has 25 days of oil reserve. What does this mean for us? Higher energy and oil prices will also mean higher prices for almost everything else. But in the long run, this may push for more renewable energy sources that are more environmentally friendly with lesser carbon footprints. What can we do? Keep emergency funds, cut back on what you don't need, and save as much money as possible, because eventually, these prices come back down. It's proven in history. All we need to do is to get through the next few months or even a year until everything becomes stable.
Massive thanks for listening to this episode. And thank you for sticking till the end. Please do share, like, and subscribe to support our channel. This is The Traveling Thief, and we'll see you in our next episode.